2, 1.
Good Thursday morning, everybody, and welcome to KSAT News Now. And no, you're not seeing double.
Yeah.
Stephen Cavazos is with me today on KNN. Thank you very much for being with us, Stephen.
Hey, it's a good time to, and this is our first time actually doing KNN. Usually I'm filling in for you and standing on your side.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And no, we did not text or call ahead of time to match the
I kind of like this,
the suits.
Yeah.
But it does, it's a good look, man. It's a good look. We were talking a little bit earlier, had a little funny story about how sometimes I'm out and people confuse me for you. They ask me about the traffic. They want to know about the traffic.
What do you tell them is a big question, though. I mean, sometimes it's okay to play it off.
Sometimes I try and play it off, and sometimes just a little confused about everything. And I was like, oh, you have me confused first, Stephen. But no, always appreciate everyone that comes up and talks to us and when we're out and about.
Well, I love that, and I love the loyal viewership, and just make sure you tell them to go the right direction.
Absolutely. That's always a good answer there. Well, of course, we're doing KSAT News Now. We're streaming, podcasting, KSAT 12 Newsroom, so make sure to check us out on all those different platforms. Wanted to get to some breaking news here, some developments. We have a sentence in the Brittney Griner trial, Stephen, 9 years. Wow. So we're going to talk more about that in just a little bit.
Yeah, and the how the Uvalde football team is honoring the lives lost at Robb Elementary, and a new experimental drug that is being tested to treat monkeypox.
Details ahead on that, plus very interesting story here. Mark Cuban, the Dallas Mavericks owner, wants to turn a Texas ghost town into Jurassic Park.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
I like that, yeah. Oh, tough to go against the T-Rex, but I do like the Velociraptors. They've done a lot of stuff with that stuff.
Well, maybe we'll see them around here in Texas.
Yeah, that'll be interesting here. But first of all, we talk about Brittney Griner, but we want to take you first to an Austin courtroom where InfoWars host Alex Jones is on trial for claiming that the Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax.
Yeah, Jones has already been found liable in 3 separate defamation lawsuits brought by the families of 10 victims of the Sandy Hook massacre.
Now a jury will decide how much Jones must pay for his lies, and today deliberations are set to pick back up.
After more than a week of testimony from the families, Jones is backtracking his statements. Here's what he had to say in court.
The people have said that I'm personally trying to hurt them or coming after them when I question every big event, and a lot of times it turns out that we've not been told the truth. It's 100% real, as I said on the radio yesterday, and as I said here yesterday. It's 100% real.
And that's Alex Jones right there on trial there. So the parents of Jesse Lewis are asking the jury for damages of up to $150 million. And Stephen, this is a trial. It's getting a lot of attention. There we have Alex Jones basically saying that he now believes that massacre was 100% real. But also, there's been some leaking of text messages from Jones's attorneys to the prosecutors. And you knew that this was going to kind of be a headline.
Oh yeah,
a trial full of headlines.
Exactly, and you know that he had been saying for years that the massacre never happened, and that some of the parents were actually crisis actors, and now he's backpedaling 100%, saying that these are all real events that happened, and obviously unfortunate ones as well.
Absolutely. So moving on to some health news. As of yesterday, we now have 14 positive monkeypox cases here in Bexar County. And across the country, though, many other cities are scrambling for vaccines and treatment.
Now a new experimental drug is being tested. It's called Tecoviral, I hope I'm saying that right, but it's sold by the name of T-Pox.
And it is currently in a clinical trial with the National Institutes of Health.
This comes after public health experts have criticized the U.S. for lagging behind other countries in efforts to study the drug.
That's right. T-Pox was approved in the U.S. to treat smallpox back in 2018, but it has not yet been approved for treatment of monkeypox.
Yeah, that's right. So far, results have been seen when tested on animals infected with monkeypox, but researchers say there needs to be more studies to see how well T-Pox works in humans.
So this is the latest development there. We'll continue to follow how this treatment works out when it comes to monkeypox, as we've seen a little bit of an uptick in those cases across the country. Okay, Stephen, so moving on to this big breaking news that we talked about here off the top, and it involves the case of WNBA star Brittney Griner. She's been found guilty of illegally bringing drugs into Russia, and we just learned that she's been sentenced to 9 years in jail there.
Yeah, unfortunate news out there. A judge passing that verdict and later a sentence within the last 30 minutes.
And this gives, this morning, Griner gave a final plea in court. She got very emotional in court and said that she had no intention of breaking the law. She also apologized to her teammates and the city that she's been playing in.
Yeah, she also apologized to her family and wife here at home and begged for some leniency from the judge.
If she doesn't go free, the attention will turn possibly to a high-stakes prisoner swap between the Russian and U.S. governments. So we just learned this news right now. We know that she'd been there in jail since February.
Right.
And she pled guilty to these drug charges, but yet her attorneys also argued this morning that that she never intended to use it or has never used it in Russia, that she actually has the cannabis oil because it is legal in Arizona here in the U.S. where her team plays for the WNBA.
Right, and we know it's been a long, drawn-out process as well. This trial started back in July, about a month. Now we're receiving that sentence right now, 9 years. And, she was coming off of a pretty successful career as well, so it's just unfortunate news, and we'll just have to see how that story develops in the months ahead. And days ahead.
And absolutely with the prisoner swap information.
Right.
So, we'll continue to follow that there. So, moving on to some local news here and going to Uvalde. So, we first told you about this story last week right here on KSAT News Now. The football team there is carrying the memories of the Robb Elementary victims on the field this season and beyond.
And the football team started a new tradition in the wake of the shooting.
And here's some reaction that this story got on KSAT.com when we initially posted it. Frank Martinez saying that it is what was needed at the present, positive things for the city of Uvalde. And we're going to explain what he's talking about. And this to the senior here who's got this honor, telling him to have a great football season and senior year. Well played, coach.
Gloria Cox saying, beautiful idea. God bless the people of Uvalde. Wow.
Yeah, and also from Che Marine, also saying that beautiful idea to keep the legacies alive. So basically, this is it. We're going to explain to you what happened here. So what happened was that I visited the Uvalde earlier this week to speak with the coaches and players as they kick off this special tradition.
We want people to remember and not to forget.
Weeks after the tragedy in Uvalde, Coach Wade Miller and the football team searched for ways to honor the victims.
I said, what do y'all want to do? And they were kind of like, well, if you retire something, you forget about it.
The team decided to have a senior who represented the values of the tight-knit community wear number 21 in memory of the 19 students and 2 teachers.
It's a big blessing to be out here with my brothers again and just practicing and getting back at it.
Justin Rendon will be the first in a long line of seniors to wear number 21 for the Coyotes.
We're a real small community, but we're all coming together on those Friday nights, and everybody will be able to see each other, be happy.
Senior teammates and coaches voted for Justin to wear the number 21 jersey in honor of the Robb Elementary School victims. Justin said that he was in shock, but that it is an honor to wear that jersey, and he understands what it means to this community.
I was also really blessed that I'm able to represent my community and the lives that were lost at Robb Elementary.
Coach Miller and Justin's senior teammates say there is no better person to take on this responsibility.
He just represents the city of Uvalde, hardworking, loves his community, and wants to do things the right way. And that's just Justin in a T right there.
We voted on him. Justin's always here. He's encouraged me also to get out there and be vocal at the same time. I look up to him also.
And with the season on the horizon, there is a sense this football team can help with the healing process.
It'll mean a lot, especially if we win that first game, get that first W for everybody, for all the parents and everybody.
It'll be really emotional to put that jersey on and be able to run out in the field with it.
Reporting in Uvalde, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Wow.
Yeah, great honor there for that young man, Justin Rendon, be wearing number 21 as the Coyotes take the field this season. Mike is with us now.
Yeah.
Yep. So we get into weather, and you said earlier, Mike, you missed the memo here. I thought we messaged
It's
you
okay.
about this.
Yeah, I should warn.
He's not about the uniform, but
I need my tie on for noon show.
I like it though. Always dapper.
Very
Well,
nice.
the hair doesn't match either, so I'm just kind of odd man out. Anyway, it is a beautiful start this morning, but we've got some hot temperatures in store once again. Of course, we made it up to 103 yesterday. That tied the record. We're going to be right up there again today. Same thing. Of course, fire danger, that's one of the big concerns. We've got a couple of those fires still burning up in portions of the hill country. And even though the fire danger, according to Texas A&M Forest Service, remains high and moderate, it has actually in some places eased a little bit. It is going to be windy today, not as windy as what it was yesterday. But of course, until we get some really, really good rain, which is not in the forecast, unfortunately, all the grass, all the brush, all the vegetation is going to remain just tinder dry out there. So here's what is going on. This is the latest information that the two big fires, Big Sky and Smoke Rider, 50, 60% contained respectively. And this one, the Hermosa fire, 35 acres, just 5% contained. Again, that's the latest information that we have received. And as far as, let's jump ahead here. Visible satellite picture. We've got just a couple of, smattering of clouds left over. We had our morning clouds. They are breaking up rather nicely. Just a couple of them out there right now. And as those clouds continue to break up, obviously nothing but a whole bunch of sunshine. And that's just going to send temperatures skyrocketing. We're going to be up to 93 degrees at noon. And then already right about at the normal high temperature, which is 97, 96 at 1 o'clock, and then to continue to add to that. So we're going to make it up to 103 today. Like I said, that's going to be just a repeat of what we had yesterday, tying the record for today's date. And I mean, look at that. 3 o'clock or even a little bit before that, all the way in through at least about 7 o'clock. So we've got roughly a 4-hour, more than 4-hour chunk of time where we're going to be seeing triple-digit temperatures. And obviously, I mean, air conditioners, and electric bills, it's just, and there's no end in sight, really, unfortunately. We will still be up in the upper 80s even by 10 o'clock tonight. So not necessarily good news, but there is a little bit of hope. Now, we've got this wave kind of coming in here from the Gulf of Mexico. It's not a huge rain producer. It's over in right off the kind of the tip of Louisiana right now. That will at least give us a few extra clouds around tomorrow. So that will shave a couple of degrees off temperatures. Also, 1 or 2 showers out there. The majority are going to be well off to the east. I don't think rain chances tomorrow are that great, but as we get into Saturday, I think rain chances do start to go up then a little bit more. Not fantastic. Again, most of us aren't going to be seeing anything as far as rain out of this, but at least we'll have a couple of extra clouds around tomorrow and Saturday. Trim temperatures, 1 or 2 showers for the lucky folks. 93 degrees today, of course, at noon, and plenty of sunshine out there. 103 high temperature. That ties the record today, and we do have a heat advisory. This was the one that was in effect yesterday, and then late yesterday afternoon, Weather Service just extended it overnight in through 8 o'clock tonight. Most of the area, metropolitan area, I-35, I-10 corridors, and of course over the next 7 days. Today will be day number 55. We stop counting for a couple of days, and then that will tie for second place on Monday with triple-digit temperatures. That will tie for first place on Wednesday for triple-digit temperatures. So I know Max asked me yesterday morning, what's the over and under as far as hitting 70? I think it's pretty much inevitable, because even through next week, we're going to be racking up, more triple digits, and that's only not even quite halfway through August. In 2009, 2011, the majority of those days were in the month of August.
One of the things we've also been seeing on the TransGuide, overhead signs coming into that extreme wildfire danger as well. So, folks just got to be careful out there and make sure they check their watering restrictions as well. Yeah, watering restrictions, but I mean, that is something to worry about too. But as far as the fire, you think about it. If you park over longer grass, your exhaust system, if folks are talking about trailer chains sparking or something like that, it's just, it's a tinderbox.
Yeah, anything like that can cause a lot of damage, as we've seen with a lot of these different wildfires. So, Mike, I know you are a big movie guy. I know that based on our conversations.
We have good conversations about some cinema.
I tend to quote a lot of lines from certain movies. Yes.
Here we go. What have been your thoughts on Jurassic Park? Are you a fan of the Jurassic Park movies?
Original trilogy.
I mean, the original was there. So a couple of the later ones with
Chris Pratt.
Thank you. Are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's escape from reality. I like it. So.
Escape from the heat as well.
Escape from the heat in a movie theater right?
as well. Well, okay, Mike. So, if you have not heard, we may get Jurassic Park here in Texas.
Are we going to be growing dinosaurs?
Doing DNA testing and all sorts of weird stuff like that.
Get some amber and stuff like that.
We need Jeff Goldblum here. Is that Jeff Goldblum?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Jeff Goldblum.
Help us out with that. But if you haven't heard, billionaire Mark Cuban has a big vision for the small town and that does include dinosaurs.
Yes, and so this town is called Mustang for now. So a previous conversation that Mark Cuban, yes, this is the Dallas Mavericks owner and Shark Tank host, so he's all everything. He had this conversation with actress and TV host Drew Barrymore on a podcast, and so now their discussion is making the rounds on TikTok.
Yeah, during a taping, I believe it was also on her show, Cuban told the host that he wants to turn that town into Dinosaur, Texas. I don't know if that's going to be the name of it, but that includes Jurassic Park-like dinosaurs placed around the 77-acre town.
Okay, so this idea came after Cuban invested in Dinodon from Shark Tank. All right, love that, which is a robotic life-size dinosaur business. Of course it is.
Yeah, interesting source of inspiration. But Cuban, yeah, as RJ was saying, is famous for his role on ABC's Shark Tank, but also as the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Well, he bought the town for an unknown amount last year. So, would you pay Dinosaur, Texas a visit?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
how could you not?
Velociraptor, you said?
I like the raptors. I like the T-Rexes.
Okay.
What were the Triceratops, Stegosaurus? I'm going all the way back into my childhood.
Yeah, no, listen, that's actually the first movie I think I cried because I was so scared of the dinosaur. But, you know, that's just, a little tidbit of information. But I love the dinosaurs. I think this will be a great opportunity to take the kids out there, and that'll be a possibly new fun vacation destination for the fam.
Favorite dinosaur?
Triceratops.
Oh,
no, I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking Power Rangers. I don't know.
That was a nice mashup of our childhood there.
Oh, yes.
Power Rangers, Jurassic Park.
The 90s.
I just remember that movie when they just like, welcome to Jurassic Park. And it was just like epic.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. There you go. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. Barbara's getting a little.
Some cheers from the newsroom here.
Hanging out in our newsroom today. So, Mark Cuban, of course, doing all sorts of crazy things out here. But, Stephen, thank you very much for hanging out with me today.
Thanks for having me. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me know what you're going to wear.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
we'll coordinate again.
You get here too early in the morning for me, though, so you're probably going to have to text me.
Okay, I'll let you know. I lay out my clothes the day before, so maybe you'll still be awake.
That's good. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being with us. Again, you can either stream this KSAT News Now on all of our digital platforms. Also, make sure to hit us with that like, rate, and subscribe on the KSAT podcast.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, there we go. All right. You guys have a good Thursday. Stay safe, everyone.